Let's start this video off right, because I gotta give you a sincere apology. Last year when I did Art Fight, I was on Team Fossils, and I cannot lie, I lost my art pen. It was gone. I only managed to do 4 whole art drawings through the entirety of Art Fight last year, and so Team Fossils lost. That one's on me, guys. But we're gonna fix that this year. So here's my apology video. So this year I'm on Team Mystery, which we're not off to a great start. But that's mainly because we have 3 teams this year, and it appears that our Team Comedy and our Team... Who are the sad people? Our Team Tragedy are really going after each other. We're just here along for the ride on Team Mystery, which I'm here for. I'm having fun. So let's jump into my first attacks. My first art attack was drawing LamaianLife's character Kyoko. LamaianLife actually attacked me last year after I lost my art pen, so I thought it was only fitting to start with drawing one of her characters. This character is a naive princess who winds up going on a great journey, and that really inspired me to draw a scene where she's looking wistfully into a mirror and seeing her future. That also solidified my goals for this year. I've decided I'm going to work on improving my digital art quality and my storytelling. While last year I was just working on backgrounds, this time I'm trying to basically implement backgrounds and character expression and their body language to tell some kind of information about themselves or something they're doing. Storytelling, I already said that. Anyways, this picture I fear may be my weakest, but I'm really glad I went for it. First up, I really like the sunbeams and the color story. It's one I don't know if I've ever used before. And also, I do really enjoy her expression, though you really have to zoom up to see it. Now, on the other side where I know I could improve, I do wish I looked at her arm before really solidifying my line art, because that arm is down to her ankles. Goodness. And as well as that, I wish I had incorporated more of her reflection, because you can only really see the hand and some of the forearm, so you can only get a glimpse at her alternate outfit for like the tiniest little second, and I think it would have told a more interesting story or given you more hints as to what I was going for if you could really see her reflection. But overall, I do really enjoy this as a start to my art fight this year, and it left me excited for the next one. Up next was a drawing of the character Amethyst by Fentropy. I'll have everyone's links in the description, by the way, including shops if you can buy the artist's work, which you actually can for both this artist and I believe the next one. Now this character is very fantastical and whimsical, so I decided I wanted a lighter story for this piece. Something fun and cute. So I thought it would be a good time to draw the character playing with a hummingbird. That kind of tells you about their personality and gives you a mental storyline of their day, especially since I decided to use the lighting to set it at sunrise or sunset. So that implies that the character either got up super early to play with this hummingbird, or they spent all day playing and lost track of time. I'm overall very pleased with the colors of this piece and the storyline. I think you can see it. But there's still some errors in proportions, and the shading that I did is really subtle. However, I think I figured out why. When I did details, I was zooming in on my screen, like this. Whatever I was working on, be it line art or color, I got focused on those little details instead of backing up and seeing it as an overall piece. With a real life canvas, I could back up. I could look at it from a distance. I could say, oh, these values need to be changed. But I never did that with my digital art. So because of that, you cannot see the shadow colors almost at all, and you certainly cannot see any of the glitter in her wings. While I am, of course, really happy with this art, and I think it's pretty cute, I do think this knowledge is going to help me improve my storytelling and just my general ability with digital art in the long run. So since my shadows in the last piece were too subtle, I decided to focus on them for Bear 8 Art's Beetle. Beetle is a fun, villainous, undead character who is a thief, but she also really likes fashion, and they had this one drawing of her in this beautiful dress. So I thought it would be fun for the story of this artwork to be about getting caught mid-transformation. So I drew her basically barely visible through a doorway, changing between innocent partygoer and thief. Then I had the lighting be the big storytelling device, her identity coming to light, so to say. The crack of light is basically half on her face, and while I think I could have done a little bit more with where the light fell across her face, her eyes, and all of that fun stuff, I am pretty proud of the way the story in this one is so clear, from her expression to the light to the hand on the door. I'm overall very pleased with the direction my art started to go with this art piece. Now, full of too much confidence, I then jumped into drawing Amanita Muscaria by StarSparkleBird. This character is so incredibly cute. She's a D&D NPC who apparently sells a lot of drugs. Now, I can't lie. My brain went straight to the DARE program and the image of like the shady drug dealer beckoning you into like a dark alleyway only to open their trench coat and have it be full of drugs. So that's what I did. Only it's a D&D themed version. So instead of a trench coat, we have a cloak with a bunch of tiny little bags. This was also a wild color palette with so many desaturated colors, but I'm really happy with how the coloring turned out. It was pretty fun and unusual for me, since I tend to do very saturated colors. Unfortunately, I fear I did get overconfident from the last piece and not do nearly enough lighting. Oh well, I guess that's how it goes. This one had me up really late into the night, so I wasn't putting in full effort on the background by the end either, and I fear you can tell in comparison to the character. Though I do really enjoy the detail of the fading paint on the inn in the background. I also felt it wasn't super obvious that Amanita was trying to lure you as a customer. I kind of wish now that I either changed her posing to make the joke more obvious, or added like a window next to her with a second character that she could be making a deal with. Overall, I'm not unhappy with this one, but it also doesn't quite meet my storytelling goal. Feeling just a bit unsatisfied with that, I decided that despite how late at night it was, I just had to do one more artwork to redeem myself. And I sure was nodding off the entire time through this drawing. But that's when I drew Zinnia by emoryahae, or Ahae. emoryahae? I'm not sure. But she's a pop star, and not only was I drawn to the character design, but I've never done a pop star before. That really excited me, and I immediately got the idea to put her in a scene on stage right at the end of a hit song. I could just imagine fireworks going and the audience roaring and this little confident smile on her face while she held her pose, just drinking it all in. So that's what I did, and I'm so proud of this one. I love the little details too. Like, I tried to make her skin a little glowy, both as if she were being lit up by the lights and because she just worked very hard and is probably sweating like crazy under the stage lights. This character was also one where I got to design the outfit, and overall, I'm just so proud. There are probably things that are really obvious that I could improve on and work on for the future, but right now, I can't quite see them because I'm so enamored. And that's great. That's how everyone should feel about what they're passionate about, you know? Even if it's just once. But yeah, she and the rest of the characters were so fun to draw. And don't forget to check those links to the original artists. They're amazing, and I would totally suggest giving them some attention for their fun characters and art pages, and even buying something if you can. But yeah, these are my attacks, and I'm really happy with them, because this year, when I decided I was gonna work on improving my storytelling, when I decided that I was going to improve my digital art and my storytelling, I wasn't sure where it would get me, but week one, I already feel amazing. So I'm really happy to be this far along. But I've got a bunch of revenges I have to do now, so farewell and have a happy art fight.